We have to damn same man. Sure. Yes. Sorry for the delay, gender folks.
So you know,
Sorry for the delay, man. Sorry
so
for
where
the
I go
delay.
out with, sir?
Eh?
Sorry,
Where I go out with,
do.
sir? Where really I go out with, sir?
Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay.
Later.
I have to do something, you know?
So, oh.
All right, now let's continue. Look at the double interest for expenses and revenues. And before I continue, look at back at something else. So that we're saying that the treatment of expenses is the same as treatment of assets, right? Increases in expenses result in debit entries to appropriate expense accounts. Remember that? While decreases result in credit entries of those same accounts. Revenue is treated the same as liabilities.
Oh, I like this screen every 5 minutes.
Increases in revenue are credited to the appropriate revenue accounts, while decreases are debited to the same accounts. Right? Look at double entry now for expenses and revenues. Right. Oh, what's feet, man? Wake up. All right. Let's take some examples. Firstly, rent of $200 is paid in cash. Here, the twofold effect is the total of the expenses of rent is increased. All right. So, total of the expenses of rent is increased. As expenses entries are shown as debits, and the expenses rent, the action required is to debit the rent account. All right, with $200. So that you would what? Debit the rent account with what? 200, and the rent is being paid by what? Cash. So the asset of cash is decreasing. So the asset of cash is decreased. This means that cash account must be what? Created with 200 to show the decrease of the asset of cash. So you have debit rent account and what? Credit cash account with the amount. I'm going to share something else. Give me a minute. Okay. I'm going to share something else. Sure. I'm going to share something. Give me a minute. Give me a minute in the house. 1 minute. Let's share something. right, now watch this now. I'm going to demonstrate what I was talking about to you a while ago. Just stop here first. I want to stop share for this. Remember this question, please. Remember this. Rent for $200 is paid in cash. I'm going to show you how this is entered in a T account quickly. All right. Rent of $200 is paid in what? Cash. All right, check this out now. Watch me out, please. I'm using Excel to share this for you. All right, now. Now, first thing you write up is the rent account, which is this one. That would rent right there. And the one is the center. In the center. Yeah. And then I'm going to copy this account and this table and put it right here. And also you have the cash account as well, right? You put your cash. Good. Now, remember I said that rent is what? Rent is paid $200 for cash, by cash. Now the principle is simple this. You're gonna put in the dollar sign as you would always see me do. And you put in the $200 on your what? Debit side of the rent account. Good. And then for cash now, you're gonna make a what? Credit entry. All right. You got 200 under cash. That's it for that particular exam. All right. Good. I'm gonna stop share again and continue. All right, so debit rent account with 200 and credit cash account with 200. All right. Then you have more the expenses now. What's the thing here? All right, so more expenses now are more expenses of 355 are paid by check. The twofold effect is the total of the motor expenses paid is increased. The total of the motor expenses paid is increased. The amount in expenses account, Sasha, Richard said, stop crew this man, and it is good. The total of the motor expenses paid is increased.
Hello.
You're not going nowhere. Anyways, what takes me who this man? Anybody else new the accounts that are just all right. Miss Karan.
Miss Karan.
Who name Karan?
One boy.
I'm in Rockstone. Was a big set of blouse and skirt.
Why hombre? Okay,
Who them Karan? Speak. Show yourself. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. I hope as I go through this practical area, you will understand a little bit more. Right. Kayla Blackman. Relax no man and focus. Let's focus now. The main thing you have to remember is debit and credit, you know. The main thing you have to remember. Right? What account to be debited? What account to be credited? Once you get that properly, you're good. You have to read as well. Alright? Anyways, as you go to the examples, you will understand more, I believe. If you don't get it yet, right? And I'll leave you stranded. Anyways, total of the motor expenses now paid is increased. All right. In this case, right? So motor expenses of $355 are paid by check. In your pay motor vehicle expenses by what? Check from the bank account, all right? Twofold effect is the total of the motor expenses paid is increased. The amount in expense accounts is increased through debit entries. So the action required is to what? Debit the motor expenses account with $355, right? The asset of funds in the bank is decreased. This means that the bank account must be what? Credited with $355 to show the decrease of the asset, right? Let me, I'm going to show you how this is done using T account, all right? So you have, I'll create two different accounts now. We'll create mode expense and what? And so mode expenses now. And AC is account for short there. And also you have the bank account as well, right? So the question said you pay the money by mode expenses by check for what? $355. Now because expenses are increasing now, they're gonna what, make a debit entry under the what? Mode expense account. All right. Remember, to increase expenses, you make a what? Debit entry. To decrease, you make a credit entry. So because expenses are increasing now, they're gonna make a what? Debit entry. It's $355. And you're paying by check. So therefore the bank account will do what? Decreasing. So you credit bank with $355 as well. That's where you made the entries in the double entry. All right.
Sorry, can you do that again?
Go ahead, speak now. I'm gonna
Can
go
you
again.
go over that one more time, please?
All right. Remember, go back to the question first. All right. The question says, mode expenses of $355 are paid by check. The twofold effect is total of the mode expenses is paid is increased. The amount in the expense account is increased through what? Debit entries. So when you're increasing expenses account, you what? Debit. So the action required is to what? debit the motor expenses account with 355. Asset of funds in the bank is decreased. This means the bank account must be what? Credited with 355 to show the decrease of the asset. So here we go again. Therefore, you would create two accounts. You create a motor expense account and you create a what? Bank account. Good. Now, expenses are increasing. So because of that now, you're gonna make a what? Debit entry under your expense account. Good. So you would write 355 under the what? Debit side, which is the left side of the account. Good. This is the left side, otherwise called debit side, right? Left side, credit side, right side. Good. Then now, because you paid the motor expenses by check, which is from the bank, your bank account is decreasing. So because and the bank is an asset. And when the asset decrease, you make a what? Credit entry. So you credit the account of bank with 355. That's it. All right. Any questions? There is more. Better for some people. All right, let's continue. All right, let's continue now. All right, as usual, our time is expiring again. So re-log in again as usual. When the time expires. It won't, the delay won't be long, so long this time again. All right, so the next section is $6 cash is received.
Sir, can tell them to mute them mic.
No worries, man. Me mute them. You have a question, Fiona? All right, $6 cash is received for commission earned by the business. All right. Now, this is a different kettle of fish. It's a different situation. Right? It's a different kettle of fish, different situation. So $6 cash is received for commission earned by the business. Now, the asset of cash is increased, right? This needs a debit entry for $60 in the cash account to increase the what? Asset. The revenue
Sir,
account.
excuse me, are you still sharing a screen?
Yeah. And you
I'm
see the
not
screen?
seeing it.
Really?
No, sir.
Let me just.
The screen alright, sir.
What's the screen?
Me.
What's it now?
Me too, sir.
You see screen?
Sir, alright. Maybe she just have to log out and log in back.
Still not seeing it,
Yes,
sir. I don't know what happened. All along I was seeing it and then all
What
of a
are you
sudden it
seeing now?
disappeared.
What are you seeing now?
Sir, the screen is blank.
You have to go back and some because but me I share your screen now, man. Mine here on somebody's page and person name or something like that. Just go back to where I am, go back, find back me. And you see screen. Yeah, see it now? I'm trying to share again.
No, sir, me no move.
Me I reshare again, you know. You don't see it now?
Yes, I'm seeing it now. Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
But no, me not see it. They take me out. We come back.
Yeah, see it now?
Yes, sir.
All right. It is.
Ashana, come on, guys. Let me call you.
All right. $6 cash you receive for commission earned by the business, right? Good. Now, the asset of cash is increased. This needs a debit entry of $60 in the cash account to increase the asset, right? The revenue account, which is commission received, is increased. Revenue is shown by our credit entry. So, to increase the revenue account, the commissions received account is what? Credited with $60. So it will be debit, cash account with $60 and credit what? The commission received account with $60. All right. Good. So revenue shown by what? Credit entry. While expenses are shown by what? Debit entry. And you're receiving cash. And the rules for every transaction, they must be what? Debit and a credit entry. Now, let's look at some more transactions and the effect upon the accounts in the following table. All right, now, June 1 paid for storage stamps by cash, $50. So June 1 paid for postage stamps by cash, $50. Now, there's an increase for expense of postage, right? So the action for that increase now would be what? To what? Debit postage account. You paid by cash, so therefore there's a decrease in the asset of cash. So the action will be what? To credit cash account. Good. You have June 2 now, paid for electricity. Paid for electricity by check, 229. Now, there's an increase in the expense of electricity. To account for that increase, you what? Debit the electricity account. But you paid by check. So therefore, there's a decrease in the asset of what? Bank. To account for that now, you what? Credit the bank account. Amen. Good. June 3, You receive rent in cash. Know the word received. Remember, when you're doing accounting, you're doing accounting from the business perspective, all right? At all times, remember that, please. Okay? So receive rent in cash, $138, all right? Now there's an increase in the asset of cash, all right? And there's also an increase in the asset of revenue for what? Of rent. Good. Now, the action to be taken is to what? Debit the cash account and what? Credit the rent received account. Okay. Now, accounts is just principles, please. Remember that. It's principle. It's not, everything won't be the same as what you think in the real world. Okay? All right. And the last one says, June 4, paid insurance by check, 142. Expense of insurance, there's an increase in the expense of insurance. The action would be to what? Debit insurance account. And there's a decrease in the asset of bank because they paid by check. So they would credit the bank account. All right? When the return will continue, we'll look at the T account for these transactions. All right? We log in as soon as possible, please.
Okay, sir.
Huh?